Hi, today we are going to be dealing with how to deal with unpredictability of your partner. And this is going to help you in dealing with unpredictability in any of your relationships, even with your kids. Okay. So let's take an example where, suppose, your mother in law, or say your husband, or say your wife, has been extremely negative towards you. The behavior has been very negative, very demeaning, and this is something you've been resisting a lot. And but this is how it has been. So with your partner, he or she has been behaving in a very, very, very negative and indifferent manner. Now, there comes a time when you see that there is this change in the behavior of your partner. Okay. And this change has been towards positive, because until now he or she has been behaving in a very, very negative way. But now the person has started to behave in a different way, which is welcoming, which is positive, which is making you feel good. This is how it is happening. Now, there has been a shift in the behavior from negative towards the positive. When that happens, whether that happens with your spouse or whether that happens with your mother in law, what is the thought? What is the dominant thought that you get in your mind? The dominant thought is that, oh, if it is mother in law, or maybe husband, or maybe wife, the thought is, oh, is everything okay? Does she want something from us? She's been extra nice, so there is something definitely wrong there. Husband might think that my wife normally is a short tempered person. Every day she's shouting, howling at something or the other. She's being very nice to me since last few days. There is something that she definitely wants. You might think that your husband has been nasty, so there is something fishy in there. How is it that he's become so good? Right? So, on one hand, when your partner's behavior is negative, how much you want and what all you do so that your partner's behavior becomes positive, more welcoming, more warm, more affectionate, more caring. So on one hand, you really want that, and on the other hand, when that happens, when those glimpses of his or her good behavior you get to see, then the thought crosses your mind, is something right or not? So there are these two parts that happen. Now, the moment you tell yourself, or you ask yourself that, is everything okay? I am sure there is something wrong in it, there is something fishy in it. In that moment, you have created a doubt. The doubt that you have created is about the fact that, okay, this situation, this behavior is temporary. Some It is going to go back to the old behavior, because that is what the doubt is about, right? And when that happens, the moment you think about, okay, let me see, for how long does this behavior last? Okay, so there is a test, there is a doubt there. And then what happens after a few days? You see, you go back and you realize that your partner has gone back to his or her old self. So if your wife has been shouting, she's gone back to her old self. If your husband is used to giving you silent treatment, he's gone back there, to that same similar scenario. And then you tend to say, this person, my husband, my wife, my mother in law, they are unpredictable, right? Because on one hand, some days she's very nice, some days she's very bad. When is she going to be nice? I don't know. When is he going to turn bad? I don't know. And then you start to think that the person is unpredictable. But let's go a little deep into this. When the person showed the positive side of his or her behavior, the thought came to your mind. And when that thought came to your mind, it created the seeds of doubt. And then your doubt manifested. Okay. So if you understand this very carefully and little deeply, you will know that It is we who create this unpredictability. Why did we create, and how did we create? We created by sowing the seeds of doubt. When the behavior turned towards the positive, the moment we created that doubt and the behavior went back to old self, it is because of that doubt. In fact, you predicted that it is going to go back to the old self, and this happened in your subconscious mind. You are not consciously aware of it, and then you tend to say that my husband or my wife or my mother in law, these people are unpredictable. Realize that it is we who's creating this unpredictability, right? And similarly, if your partner has been nice to you for a long time, okay, and when the person is nice to you for a long time, somewhere deep inside you're still thinking that this person has been nice to you, so there is a fear that what if, because the old behavior of your partner, so somewhere inside there is a doubt, what if, because subconsciously you're carrying that what if kind of a scenario, that what if actually happens, and then once again you say your partner is unpredictable. Point is that we come in our own way. If your partner has been good, if your partner has been behaving nice, don't put that seed of doubt in there. Do not predict that the person is going to go back to his or her old self. Okay, so this is, I'm going to be telling you the best way to deal with this unpredictability. Since we are the ones who create it, we are the ones who can also manage it, we are the ones who can also kill unpredictability. Okay, I'm talking about the relationships. Okay, now to one way to and the best way to kill this unpredictability is this. Suppose your mother-in-law has been very bad to you, bad within quotes, okay, or mean within quotes, mean to you, and then suddenly you see that her behavior has turned around. She's being nice to you. The first thought that comes to your mind is something is not right. Now, the moment this thought comes to your mind, the action that you've got to take is notice, become consciously aware sorry, that this thought has crossed your mind. Okay, because this thought is coming from your subconscious mind. All you need to do is just keep a check at that time. When you see her good behavior, keep a check in your thought that what is the thought that crossed your mind. Okay, this is what I'm thinking, that she wants something, or something is not right, or there is some motive there. Observe that thought, take note of that thought. So what will happen is that the moment you become aware or take note of that thought, now you have brought that thought from your subconscious to your conscious mind. Okay, it is no more lying in your subconscious, because if it lies in your subconscious, it governs your life. Now, the moment you bring it back to your conscious awareness, you are no longer being governed, being ruled, being dominated by that thought, because it has come in your conscious awareness. That's step one that you will do, which means you've got to be turning inside and watch. If this is the thought that comes, just observe it, and it has come to your conscious awareness. Be grateful for it. Okay. Now, during the day, just observe how many times this kind of a thought crosses your mind. Just make a note of it. Second step you're going to do is that if you do not want this thought, what do you want instead? Because once this has come to your conscious awareness, this also needs to be, this will dissolve over time. When it is in your awareness, this also needs to be replaced. Okay, so if you want to replace this thought, what is it that you want to replace with? Let's take for instance, you want to replace this thought with your mother-in-law, your wife has been calm, your wife has been cool for some time. Normally she's been howling, normally she's been fighting, And today she's I mean, since few days you're seeing her calm and, cheerful and happy, instead of thinking that, oh my god, she's so unpredictable, today she's happy, tomorrow she's going to blast again. Instead of thinking like that, now it has come to your conscious awareness. Now you example, you might want to create a new thought by saying, hey, how much I, wish, I really wish that she stays like that. What if she stays like that? How is the life going to be when she stays so calm and cool most of the time? You can't expect all of the time, but most of the time she is cool, or even if she loses temper, it's in a very, very mild form. Wow, that's going to be so beautiful. So the thought could be that my wife is cool and calm most of the time. Rarely, when she loses it, that also she presents in a very decent way, presents herself in a decent way. So you're building this thought. Okay. Now every time the doubt comes when she's behaving nice or he's behaving nice, become aware and then replace it with the the situation that you want, the behavior that you're looking for. Okay. So your husband has been nice to you. Wow, he's been, say, spending time with you for some time. So wow, he's spending time with me in last few days. This is so wonderful. Focus on that rather than creating doubt. When you focus on that, you're actually predicting how you want it to be. Now that's not manipulation, because you are predicting something which is beautiful for the relationship. Okay. So focusing on how you want it to be rather than creating a doubt will help you deal with unpredictability. Okay. Also, I want you to note that you tend to see things as unpredictable, or people or situations like that, because there is a element of control in it. Okay. So when things don't go as per what you think, you feel that the person is unpredictable. When things don't go as per your expectations, you start to feel that it is unpredictable. Okay. So you got to let go of the control. Okay. And do this, become aware of your talk. Replace that thought with the thought that you desire, which is a positive and which is a win-win for everybody. It can't be, I mean, you can't be very selfish that, my mother-in-law has changed for good, and therefore, she's managing her own life and she's not bothering us. Or, let it be something which is a win-win for both. If she needs your husband's time, she is able to get that. You need your husband's time, you are also able to get that. So when you create that new thought, allow it to be a win-win. Think win-win for everybody and for the situation as well. That is how you will be able to deal with unpredictability. Okay. And one thing I would like to add here is that when you're creating that second thought, okay, once you've created it and once you've rehearsed it, practiced it, then surrender, let go. Okay. When you want to control now this is how it needs to be, and it doesn't happen like that, then again, you will start to conclude the unpredictable aspect of it. So you've created that thought, you practiced, you rehearsed in your mind, you've trained your brain, and now surrender. Once you surrender means you are allowing the situations, you're allowing the life to flow without any judgment and without any resistance, with the end result of the thought that you created, believing that the thought is going to happen, and that's about it. Okay. So if I'm to summarize, I will say, to deal with unpredictability, number one, you will become aware of the doubtful or the fearful or the negative thought that comes to your mind, so that you bring it to your conscious awareness. Second, once it is in your awareness, what do you want to replace it with? Replace that thought with continuous practice. So which means every time the negative thought comes, replace it with the positive one or the one which you desire. Okay. Third, allow it to be a win-win for everybody. And fourth, Once you have created that thought, surrender and let the situations, the life experiences flow without judgment, without resistance, which means without judgment, without resistance means you're just looking and observing the situations and accepting them the way they are. Then there is no question of unpredictability. This is little complicated, but if you watch this video again and again and start to practice in bits and pieces, you will get to this. Okay, and if you have any questions on this, please do write your questions in the comment box. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do write if you have understood this or not. If you have understood, write I understood. If you have not understood, write need clarity in the comment box. Okay, and like and subscribe our channel and share this video with anybody you think might be needing this. And any questions on this, please ask, because we have just 3 more days to finish our 100 days challenge. So whatever questions you have, doubts you have, clarifications you need, please feel free to write all your queries in the comment box, and I am going to be taking it up. Today we've completed 97 days out of this 100 days challenge. Looking forward to next 3 days, and I am looking forward to meeting you tomorrow at 3:30. Continue to practice how to deal with unpredictability by the steps I just told you. Thank you so much. You take care and have a great evening. Bye bye.